Welcome to Faith Fiction Folklore, or the Try-F podcast, where we try not to F the podcast up. Hope everybody's doing all right. This is the second installment of tonight's podcast. We're talking about Brandon Biggs's prophecy on Trump's assassination, which I find ridiculous. Gary, how are you tonight?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. Trevor, how are you?
I'm fantastic as well, thank you.
Very good.
How are you?
I'm glad you're both fantastic.
Sweet.
I'm great. Had a great day.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Great.
So a few minutes earlier, we were debating
alive.
about what was the
Sorry.
appropriate amount of success and attention in marketing that would be appropriate for a prophet to participate in. When does it become attention-seeking and self-serving, and when is it basically spreading the message and trying to, spread the gospel and the truth or what have you? How do you know? When do you draw the line? Is it ever appropriate to have, what has he got, like a YouTube pillow in the background?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So before I play his response, does anybody have any other thoughts on that subject?
Nope. Just that I think he's a loser.
Okay. Trevor?
Sorry. What was the question?
Do you have any other thoughts about the thing we were debating about before we broke off to the part 2 of the podcast about Brandon Biggs? When is it appropriate to, what's the line between marketing and being self-serving versus spreading the gospel or a message, the truth, not being self-serving? Should he have a pillow behind him that says YouTube?
No, because he's not prophesying in YouTube's name. He should be prophesying in Jesus' name.
Okay. I think I've made it very clear I disagree with both of you. I think it's fine that he has a YouTube pillow. I think that there's no way to really be able to infer motive from a guy's marketing style and how he tries to spread his message. And I think we've made our statements known. So are we ready to go on?
Let's do it.
All right, sweet.
Do it.
About this,
By
like it
the
tells
way-
us, dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but
Yes.
We do this because we love each other. Not, oh, I'm better than you, or, I'm smarter, or whatever.
That's right.
We're doing this because we want to.
Well, the different opinions make it interesting. This would be really
Makes it
boring if
very
we just all
interesting.
agreed.
I
This
agree.
would be a really
The
crappy
sound of
podcast.
I agree with your agreement.
See, now
You
the
guys
podcast
are so
is
agreeable.
Well, we're just gonna move it up a notch and go with I concur.
All right, let's
I
do the
concur.
video.
I concur. All right, here we go.
test the spirits to see whether they are from God, because so many false prophets have gone out into the world. And so this is a very biblical thing to do, is to test. We don't want to just believe this guy and claim that he's a prophet simply on the basis that he got some of these details correct. We actually want to test it and see if what he said actually lines.
Okay, I'm just going to add a question that I want everybody to chew on. If he's not a prophet, if this is some kind of false prophecy, how did he get the ear thing right? Cody presented an interesting idea that part of knowing the future might have nothing to do with visions, but might, in some cases, be something equivalent to reading a crystal ball or like reading the stars, like reading signs to interpret the future at a later date. Maybe that explains how he got some of these details correct and others wrong. I don't personally believe that, but it's an interesting competing hypothesis. So, Trevor, do you got anything you want to add?
Well, there's also another way. You could take the more mundane approach, and someone paid him to prophesy this so later they could go for that.
So there's a conspiracy. So perhaps somebody who knew Trump was going to be assassinated paid
No,
him.
the people who made the assassin attempt paid him to prophesy this.
Okay.
They planned it from that long ago, That's a rabbit hole we could get into for a while.
I'm going to hold off on my questions about that. Cody, you
Like-
looked like... Oh, sorry, go on, Trevor. You have something else to say?
Like the guy on top of the building, he worked for BlackRock
He
before
did, yes.
Oh, that's
before
funny. I didn't know
he
that.
got fired like a week before the assassination attempt.
Was he like a
He was in a commercial
paperwork
for
guy?
BlackRock.
Or what?
He was in a commercial for BlackRock.
He was in a
Oh,
commercial.
he was an
Yeah,
actor. Okay.
Yeah, they
No,
grabbed him.
he
Like
wa- he
Trump.
was he worked in the they own a firearms department, and he worked in that department, and they actually picked him for that commercial.
Huh.
And then it was like a week or longer. I'd have to double check. He got fired from BlackRock, and so that was his motive for doing it, to blame Trump for he got fired.
Interesting.
So
I don't think I'd want to
Anyways.
go to jail for my whole life because I got fired from my job.
It's free room and
Yeah,
board, man.
it's a deep dive.
Cody, you looked like you were going to say something else a few minutes ago. Did you have something else you want to add?
Yeah, what I forgot.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, maybe I said I was thinking about all the world's a stage to add on to your when you were
To add on to my
manning me.
colorization of your theory?
yes
Okay.
The Matrix.
when you were steel manning my theory.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, we're going to go on.
Up. That's what we're attempting to do here. We need to know exactly what he saw and whether or not what he saw is consistent with the facts.
And so this is what the Lord showed me. Okay? I saw the bullet go by his ear right here. And whenever I saw it, I saw the radio waves. That's why I was trying to tell you, it was kind of like the Matrix whenever Neo or whatever was going backwards and you could see those bullets shooting like that. And it was like that's why I made that.
Okay, first of all, this is like super nostalgia. I love The Matrix. That was my childhood.
First video, and I was trying to show you all that. That's what I was seeing in the spirit. I saw the sound waves whenever I was praying, and the Lord I was seeing over into what He wanted me to see. I saw the sound waves coming off of it, and whenever it passed by his ear.
Okay, see, that's an important detail because it says that he saw it pass by his ear as opposed to going through his ear. Now, you might think that just on that basis alone, this guy's a false prophet. I'm not really sure what to make of that. If a detail like that, I mean, it seems like a relatively small detail, but it is a detail nevertheless that he gets wrong, seemingly gets wrong. Like it doesn't just pass by his ear, it goes through his ear. And so some people are like, just on that basis alone, ready to discount this guy as a false prophet. But let's continue.
I saw blood flow down his face, just like it did, okay? I did not know that it pierced his ear in the vision. I did not see that. I saw it go by and I saw blood flow. So I'm telling y'all, this is where people get in trouble in the prophetic. You add to and you take away from what you're seeing. So here I was. It's immaturity. I'm just being real with y'all. It's immaturity. I need to grow. I added to. I said it was a busted eardrum because I saw blood flowing down his face. So I thought, surely there's no way any sound that's going to go, anything like that, that's going to cause that to pop. Okay?
So this is actually something that I hypothesized actually when I saw his first video. Initially, I thought that this guy just got this wrong. But actually, when I was sort of doing a recording of this video, the first recording that I did, it actually occurred to me that maybe what he saw in his vision was just blood, and he interpreted that as a sort of eardrum bursting, because a lot of times when your eardrum bursts, you do have blood that comes out of your ear. So that was actually my hypothesis that he now confirms here for us. Now, but
Okay, that's pretty much it. So, Cody, you got something to say?
So just to me, like when you watch somebody break down how somebody lies, that's the same video we're watching right now. He's just covering for his lie. Like he made a claim and it was a false claim. And so now he's like doing apologetics for it.
I'm going to pose a competing theory because, yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. And I think now that I'm hearing your arguments, I think we do need to watch Mike Winger. I wasn't sure if we were going to, but Mike Winger says that he actually has a specific tactic that he uses that makes seem, I think where he's going to go with it, although I haven't watched the video. I just know he's very much opposed to this guy. I think he's going to say that basically this guy words stuff to sound real ambiguous to kind of, maybe cover himself later if he gets a detail wrong.
Yeah, it's what fortune tellers do.
Yeah, I think that's the direction Winger is going to go. Now, I disagree. Even if this guy is a false prophet, I don't think that's what's going on. To me, number one, you might be right about there being patterns in history and being able to, some people believing that they can interpret certain events and predict things that way. Why the ear, though? Like the ear, Peter didn't die. Peter wasn't tied to some assassination. So why bring up the ear? And how would that tie to any sort of pattern, the ear specifically? And also,
Well, Peter cut the guard's ear off, right?
yes. And then
So
Christ
I guess if
healed
we're just plugging in archetypes into story roles, I don't know, because that would put Trump as that would put whoever Trump's controller is the Roman guard.
Wouldn't Trump be the guard?
No,
Why not?
because he's the one that got his ear cut off.
But wasn't the guard the one that got his ear cut off?
I thought he was like a guard's assistant.
Yeah, it might have been a
No,
servant. Yeah, it was a servant. So Trump would have been the
Yeah.
servant? Okay.
He was the Roman guard's servant.
Okay. Yeah, I think
So
you're right.
So that
Okay.
makes Trump's controller the Roman guard.
Trevor, is there any way
I
you could
don't
look
know.
that up?
It's a bigger story than
Yeah, hang on.
what I can explain. But
Okay,
I
well-
just that's the way I see it. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, while Trevor's verifying who got their ear cut off, I don't know how Trump would fit in either one of those archetypes.
Well, we're on YouTube, so I'm not sure I can really talk about this stuff.
It'll be on Rumble if you can. It's okay.
Trump is loyal to a particular group of people.
Oh, you're going to go there. Okay.
Well, it's not where I want to go, obviously.
Gotcha. I don't know if I buy that whole spiel either because I'm loyal to that group of people by the same definition, I suppose. But,
But, yeah,
that's a whole other can of worms.
yeah.
So, yeah,
But,
but let's
I
just
mean,
let's
they-
just stick with the archetype thing though, because I think
They
that's
kinda
really
do
the
control
key
the
to
world.
the. Okay, just to be very evasive on YouTube though, neither the guard and quite probably neither the servant were of that group of people. Or in any way, shape, or form loyal to that group of people. They were in opposition to those people at that time. So how would they fit into that archetype? Sorry, Trevor?
Well, they're character roles. The Roman guard is just the controlling body of the land.
Okay. I'll get back to that. Trevor, did you find it?
Yeah, so it was actually one of the priests. They walked up in a big group, and it was a priest. It was one of the priest guys.
So it was one of the...
The
guards.
Pharisees,
Like-
the Pharisees' servant.
Yeah.
What? Oh, wait, no.
He
I
was
did
the
this. This
Pharisees'
is
guard.
embarrassing because I did the passion play. I should have known this. So it was the priest's temple guard.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he
that
would
one.
have been of that group, probably.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you talking
That's
about the
really funny.
Freemasons?
No, we're talking about the Jewish
got-
people. And there's a bunch of conspiracy theories that I don't like, but I guess Cody's
They own
into.
Hollywood and all that.
Oh, those guys.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You going that
I don't
high.
agree with
The
that
Goldsteins.
Stuff. I don't agree with that stuff. But that's- we can-
Goldenstein.
We'll
Or
have to
Goldenstein.
deal with that eventually, but not tonight. So, okay.
Yeah, that's just.
So
that's-
you're
yeah.
you're saying that Trump is a servant to the power structure.
Yep.
But I think we've already established, regardless of what this guy says, that the power structure was the one that wanted Trump dead. Because there were
Either
two
or,
gunmen.
yeah.
I don't care what anybody
Or-
says. There were two gunmen, and we were not given the real story.
Or the power structure knows that the story is going to happen, so they want to garner the energy from it, so they want to play it out so that you believe it and invest your emotional energy into their story and blah blah
What's
blah.
what's
blah,
their
blah.
goal? What does this power structure want by failing to kill a president that makes them look incompetent and makes
To
it look
steal
like the
your loosh.
populists are actually overthrowing the power structure? Makes the power
wanna
structure seem like they're not
steal
supposed to be
your
feared. Huh?
They want to steal your loosh,
I don't
your
know.
creative energy.
Oh, now we're going Austin Powers over here.
So, okay, to what end? They want to steal your creative energy.
Yeah, they want to steal your attention. They want to keep you distracted from self growth. I mean,
But by shooting at the president and missing, they look like morons.
exactly. So you take a side.
Yeah, and what if
It
I'm on
doesn't
the
matter what
populist
side
side?
you
What if I
take.
don't want to be on the power
It doesn't
structure
matter
side?
what side you take.
So the only hang on. So it
You're-
doesn't
you're
matter
still
what
caught in the
side you
binary.
take. Like there's no good guy or bad guy in this.
No, it's
Yeah,
bad
they
guy
just
or
steal
worse
your
guy.
energy. It's like something to invest your time and energy in, and it's wasted.
Well, this sounds like we're
Instead of-
talking about people that aren't humans at all, but like demons or something.
Oh wow, how'd you get there?
Well, you said feeding off energy, isn't that?
I'm
kinda
joking.
Typical
Yeah, you're
demonology?
right. You're right.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't tell. I don't know these theories. You've got to educate me on these theories. So, okay. I do not understand how that connects.
We battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers.
But the problem is those entities feed off negative energy. If Trump
No.
stands up and says fight, 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 and encourages the crowd and emboldens the crowd against the
Okay.
government, who everybody
back
knows was the ones that actually took the shot at him, then how
when
does
did
that
Jesus
accomplish
ever
their
teach you to
ends?
fight?
Let's back up.
He said,
Yeah,
"I
no.
do not bring you peace. I bring division." Sorry, go on.
Hold on. What would happen if we were to actually stand up and fight? What would happen?
Well, hopefully we actually win the battle now, so we don't have to get into a worse one later.
A lot of people would die.
No, that's not true. Have you ever seen V for Vendetta?
Well,
A
yeah.
lot of people died in
The
V for
government
Vendetta.
stands down. Well, not a lot. Just that one guy and some cops.
And all those people from the vaccines.
Well, that was Trump's fault, remember?
It wasn't Trump's fault. That was what
Oh,
was his
oh,
name in that?
Ooh,
What
ah.
was his name in that movie? What was it? Sutliff? I'm trying to
I
remember
have
the
no
name of the
idea.
guy who was the dictator in that movie. Anyway,
But Trump is the father of the vaccine, don't forget.
he's not the father of the vaccine. That was Fauci.
That's what he
We've
said.
already talked about this. Pence introduced him
just
to
saying.
Fauci, and Pence was kind of puppet mastering the thing. He brags
talking
about
about
puppet mastering the
archetypes.
thing in his book.
I thought it came from China.
It did come from China, but it actually was started from the what is it? Testing, gain of function testing research that was being done in 2014. Obama got caught funding that, so they moved it to China, and it was basically an American-funded project in China that got conveniently released. And we talked about this before. I believed that I said that I believed the Pentagon was the one that released it, and Fauci was the one that was kind of spearheading the protocol in response to it. And yeah, they
But Trump
they
calls
already
himself
had
the
the
father of the
vaccine. Like
vaccine.
Trump's not the father of the vaccine. They had that vaccine.
That's what he calls himself. I'm just telling you.
That's not the facts, though.
That's
When did
what
he call
calls
himself? When
I don't
did
think
he
he
call
calls
himself
himself.
that?
I've never heard him call himself the father of the vaccine.
I want to hear
He
this.
did.
Yeah, somebody look it
Find
up.
it, Trevor.
Somebody look it up. Trevor,
You want me-
you're our lookup guy. Find out if
I gotta
Trump
look it
called
up.
himself the father of the vaccine.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
am the father of the vaccine.
Even
For any
if
of
he
you that
said
are
it, dude, it's
curious.
probably a joke or something taken out of context because they had the vaccine back in 2014, around the same time they were doing the beta function or gain of function research. Like all this stuff came before the COVID thing ever even happened. They had everything ready to roll out. There is no way that they had they had actually created the vaccine within 3 months of the actual virus going out. There's no way. They rolled that thing out way too fast. They had everything ready beforehand.
What if fear is the virus?
That's V for Vendetta again.
Oh,
I think.
yeah, but it's true.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Is it on V for Vendetta?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
Again,
that
Trevor,
movie,
you could Google that
it's
too.
based. It's based.
No, it's a good quote. I agree. Anyway, my question, regardless of everything we just derailed on, how would he get the ear detail right? How would he get... And plus, here's another thing. He predicted Trump would win the election. Now, if you're a fake prophet, that's a really risky thing to do because at the time, people were like, oh, it's a coin toss. I don't know. Maybe. You know, so for him to sit there and go, no, Trump definitely wins, and then to predict some dramatic economic crash, I mean, if there's no economic crash, he's going to look like an idiot. Although, to be fair to him, he did say it was a plan for an economic crash, but he did still qualify that there's going to be a shaking or a dark time of some kind right around the beginning of or at least at some point during the Trump administration. So
Well, again, you said, how did he get the ear thing, right? Again, that's the main crux of that story. So if he knew that story was supposed to take place, all he has to do is say something about his ear.
I guess I'm asking though is why would the ear thing be in the stars, and what archetype would that be tying to? I guess I'm still trying to understand that.
The Peter Jesus story.
Yeah, but like you're talking about some. I guess I'm not understanding. So the guard who had his ear cut off is working for the power structure. And then I said, that can't be right because the power structure was the one that tried to kill Trump. And then you said, well, they're just doing that to gain energy from the public, which may or may not be true. But how does that refute the claim that Trump matches this temple guard archetype when it was clearly... He clearly can't be part of the power structure because the power structure was the one that tried to kill him.
No, they tried to shift your perspective to make you think they wanted to kill him.
They
what
didn't actually
end?
want.
Like
They didn't actually want to kill him. They wanted to.
I think they wanted
What
to kill him.
happened,
I think they've
happened.
tried 2, possibly 3 times to kill him that I know of.
Not to mention his ear was healed, just like Jesus healed the ear.
I don't think that was a supernatural thing, though. I think that ears just heal faster.
Well, Jesus did say, go out and heal the sick, cast out demons in my name. So,
He did say that. So I guess we're not in agreement about what the archetype could be either. Like, is there?
Yeah,
is
I
it-
don't know. I'm
Yeah.
literally just now thinking about it. I mean,
Yeah. So
but
I mean, I don't.
I did find it. Yes, Trump did say when he was still in office, or when. Dang it! Hold on. This was during the election when the
yeah, just a few months ago, right?
no, the other election, the 2020
So
election,
he was still pushing.
when
I thought he
Biden was trying to win,
Yeah,
Well,
I thought he said it again recently.
and then Biden was trying to take credit for the vaccine, and Trump was like, no, I'm the father of that vaccine. It's going to help a lot of people. We've been doing a lot of good. With the New York boat thing.
well, if
that's
he
when he
said that,
said
it was
it.
a very stupid thing to say because it's not even true. But it is what it is. So yeah, I guess you're right. He did say that. Help me out. Why did we bring that up? What was the
To prove that he was part of the power structure.
okay? But the power structure still screwed him over. I mean, yeah, he may have been bloviating there, but I mean, Fauci and Pence still kind of manipulated him, and then the vaccine
Yeah, but,
and
I
the
mean,
gain
he
of
works
function
for
was
the
done
devil.
years before COVID was ever released.
Since when has working for the devil been fun for anybody?
I don't think he's working for the devil. I think it
If
would
he's
be
working
very.
for the power structure, then he is. He's working for mammon.
I don't think he's working for the power structure. I think the power structure mocked him, and he got mad and decided to run anyway. And then he caught on to a populist movement that they couldn't anticipate. Basically, the MAGA movement. This is my interpretation. It's basically the Tea Party mixed with the Bernie Sanders movement, and there's been a complete and total political realignment.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. And I think there's been a complete and total realignment that none of the pollsters or anybody's been able to really anticipate. And that's why they can't figure out how to beat this guy, because they don't realize that a good chunk of the country is actually for him, because people who
Wait,
don't
what do
know
you-
a whole
they
lot
already
about
did beat him.
politics, everybody's mad because they know that there's a power structure not telling them everything, and they're picking a
not mad.
chaos candidate. They want somebody who's going to be a bull in a china shop and tear the power structure down. That's how they see Trump. And they know they don't want to admit that, though. The power structure doesn't want to admit that. They still want to put in that, I guess you would call it a Galilean dialectic of Democrat and Republican. They still want to frame everything as Democrat and Republican, but that's not what's going on, and that's not what MAGA is. MAGA is neither Democrat or Republican. I mean, good night. Steve Bannon was just out there saying he wants to tax the rich. Can you imagine a Republican saying that? There's no way. So this is a hybrid of both parties. It's a coalition that's basically like, we don't care who's in charge, just burn the system down because it's taking, it's printing money out the wazoo and destroying our wealth and destroying the future of our kids. We want the current power structure gone. That's what MAGA represents. It's a coalition of Democrats and Republicans. I mean, good night. Anna Kasparian was just on the Glenn Beck program. That would never have happened 10 years ago. I mean, you're seeing a political realignment that I never thought I'd see. I never thought Anna Kasparian and Glenn Beck would ever talk to each other.
I don't know who that is.
Anna Kasparian is a co-host of the Young Turks. Glenn Beck runs the Glenn Beck program. He was like one of the big guys on Fox News back in 2010. Yeah. Like they're on polar opposites.
Wasn't he on Coast to Coast at one point?
Who?
Glenn Beck, yeah.
Yeah, Glenn
I
Beck.
don't know.
I don't know.
But they're on complete polar opposite sides, and yet now they're on the same team. Mostly.
Yeah. So this
is a revolt against the Democrat-Republican dialectic.
I feel like it could get Marxist pretty easy.
That's what the liberals have been saying. They're like, this is going to turn into a dictatorship. I don't think that's true because people have been giving Trump a lot of crap for not distancing himself from the vaccines. Like, they boo him whenever he starts to defend his vaccine stuff, which is why he shut up about it.
Right. He's a fucking coattail rider.
Yeah, and they're calling him out on it on that instance. And so he shut up. He won't talk about it.
There's a lot more than that, too, which is what we're talking about.
Okay, say that again.
He's a coattail rider, so he'll work for anybody.
That's what you want in a populist candidate, though.
No, he'll...
You want somebody who's going to listen to the people's whims, not be bought off by a bunch of lobbyists. You want the booze of the crowd to matter more than the money, which is why him being a billionaire is so significant, because he doesn't need the money.
He's still loyal to some people.
Who?
So, we've already talked about this.
Okay, you're still talking about that group. Okay, just because you agree with a certain group's policies does not mean you are loyal to them or bought off by them.
He converted to Judaism.
He did not do that. We talked about that last week. That did not happen. He has an in-law that's like into Judaism, but he did not convert.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. We literally looked this up last week. Yes, we did. We literally Googled this.
I think that might have been after we were done with the podcast.
No,
we started talking about it.
I know we did it last week. Anyway,
I remember looking for it, and then I think we squirreled somehow.
Okay, well, we're derailing anyway. This isn't a stream about whether Trump is a good guy or a bad guy. We're trying to decide if this prophet's full of it or not.
Yeah.
So, I forgot.
Forgot about that guy.
Forgot about that guy.
We're trying to get into politics. No, what I was gonna get at with this though, in my head was, I do think that there might be some truth to this because in the Bible, prophecies and visions are very representational. So, I mean, the Matrix sound wave thing might seem silly, but you're talking about archetypes. I think that kind of symbolic imagery is kind of how people see visions, and it's kind of how you condense a bunch of linear time. So I think what happens, you saw a representational view of what was going to take place, but then he made inferences that he shouldn't have made.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I think happened.
I'm not poo-pooing him on the sound wave thing. I'm not poo-pooing him on the sound wave thing. Dreams are weird like that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a dream-like thing, and he made some inferences he shouldn't have made. Yeah. But to me, I think that kind of makes the dream legitimate. I think the thing that, like, it's quite a claim to say, well, Trump's definitely he's going to win the election, and like there's just a degree of specificity to this that if he's a fake prophet, he's very bold about it, because if Trump lost, no more YouTube channel.
That's the only way to be believable.
But we're about to get into that later. You don't have to be. It's called platitudes and feel-good hopium.
Well, yeah.
I want to feel good hopium.
Or if you say something incredibly obnoxious, everybody laughs at you, like what we're about to do for another video here in a little bit.
That's
You
what
can
happens
laugh
when I talk.
anytime.
Huh?
Nothing.
You just say you just live off platitudes and hopium. You just tell everybody platitudes and hopium.
Me?
Yeah, well, I was trying to guess what you were
Oh,
saying.
no.
No, okay.
Oh, no. I said, I don't remember, actually. Oh, no, you said we're going to laugh at people when they talk. And I was like, that's what happens when I talk.
That's all right. I think we've all laughed at each other a good bit tonight. So, anyway.
All right.
Trevor, were you going to say something else?
Yes.
Okay, what was it? Because I thought you had something. I thought you might have Googled something or something.
Oh, I can. What do you want me to Google?
No, I don't want you to
Actually,
Google anything. I thought you already
wait.
had.
Hold on. I need to address this for anybody that is like, what's he using as a search engine? DuckDuckGo.
Okay.
It's great.
Yandex
You don't have
is
to worry
better.
about who?
Yandex. It's Russian.
Yandex?
Yeah. Yandex.
I've not heard of that one.
It's the best. You get a lot of Russian results, but it's fine.
Are they
They're honest.
rushing fast?
You can type in. Actually, I think I just typed in flat Earth the other day, and like the fifth search result was Bob Nodell, who does a bunch of really good stuff. I mean, he's like a real censored guy, and he died a couple of years ago, but he was like the fifth search result on there. I was like, whoa, dude, that's wild.
Well, maybe we have to do that, or maybe I should
Google.
start doing that because I can't look up how to roast marshmallows anymore because Google wants to tell me, dangers of carbon or something. So, anyway.
Yeah, Yandex is great.
Sweet. Okay, well, I think we have covered everything that there is to cover on the vision itself.
He looks like he's about to cry.
Well, I'm sure
He's
because
like-
everybody's calling him a fake prophet. He's probably scared.
Yeah, because he's a liar.
I don't.
know
We've
what?
already chased that. Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Okay.
All right.
Well, maybe in the next episode we should spend half an hour on Mike Winger stuff, and then we'll go to the next prophet.
Next profiteer.
Yeah, I think that might, because you're bringing up some. I think you're close to what Mike Winger thinks, so I want to get your reaction to what he says.
All right.
So
Sweet.
I think that would be appropriate, and then we'll.
Or where are we at with our timestamp?
Oh, we're into the second episode. We're about an hour and 15 into the live stream.
All right. You want to close it up?
Yep. So yeah, you can go ahead and close it up.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to close this part up. And if you don't like these awkward transitions, subscribe so we can grow as a channel and, improve our open time to do this stuff for you and make live streams and episodes.
Sweet.
Or
If you have time to research.
stream lives and episodes.
There you go.
That's that too.
All right, guys. We'll see
Ooh.
you next time.
Later.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Faith, Fiction, and Folklore. If you did, we would love it if you would subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Rumble. We can also be found on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Thank you again very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.